Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back to Final Fantasy V for Job Fiesta. Last time, we kind of tried to battle Omega just a little bit, and it kinda sorta somewhat worked okay, but eventually I realized it actually was gonna be more efficient for me to just only have one character be the one to try and take down Omega. And for that, it felt like appropriate to master Dancer for a tiny bit of extra agility boost, so we have actually pretty much exactly the same speed as Omega from what it turns out. So at least we do not lose turns on him, so that's good. But also, it will allow us to reserve our resources too. It will require a little bit of luck, actually it will probably require a good chunk of luck, let's be real. But also, I will need to prepare my Wonder Rod along the way here. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, let Lena go fast. Oh, this guy's confused, that is ideal. Alrighty, so I actually don't know where the Wonder Rod is in terms of like current status. I think I used like Antidote last. Let me actually real quick look up the order in which Wonder Rod does things, and I have to do my spreadsheet as I have most things. Alrighty, so it's either Protect or Silence next, so let's see. I think that was probably Silence, but he's immune to it. So we're just gonna wait here. Wait. He crushed himself, and also unconfused himself. And then this should be Protect, there it is. Now, afterwards we get Mini, then Cure 2, Live, Confuse, Blink, and then we get Shell. We are trying to get to Shell at this point. That's gonna be the objective here. So, keep dancing. Actually, who did the dance earlier? Because you apparently don't have the good ability for it. Or equipment. Nice Tempting Tango, that's reasonably ideal. Alright, next up we get Mini. Should be immune to it, so it does nothing happens. You know what? Start using Slash. That's a lot of damage, dude. And this Cure 2. Next would be Life. Missed the Slash, that's alright. Life does nothing because he's not dead and stuff. And the Slash worked, alright, that's fine. So next up we need... Oh, we gain some levels. Actually not necessarily a good thing. Oh, Lena did not get a level. So I actually kind of don't want to gain a level here. Funnily enough. Alright. Rainbow suit for you. But that's for later. Don't need to worry about anything else. Not really. We need to make sure I don't use the pot inside of the area. Otherwise we're gonna lose our float status. Then... what's next? Not a whole lot else next. So I think I'm just gonna start using Slash and... Well, actually no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get Lena experience. Okay, Confuse should be next. And it missed. Then we have Blink, and then we have Shell. I think I'm just gonna let Lena get one round in. This should be Blink. Then we run. There it is. And now our Wonder Rod is set up, so the next thing I'm gonna use it on is gonna give us Shell, which reduces any magic damage received by half. So this means Lena will actually be able to survive. Whenever she gets hit by Atomic Ray or Flamethrower while not having the Flame Shield equipped. And that's mostly relevant for the targeting phase, where Omega can target itself with Atomic Ray, reflect the spell, and then get back over to us. But with this, Lena should be able to survive even that. It's gonna be a bit awkward, probably needs to heal rather quickly then. But it should be probably my best bet. Alright, besides that, I guess we're just gonna try and run away at this point. So I'm gonna give you... Actually, who has the chicken knife? You have the chicken knife. Alright, we just have Fairy's attack and everybody else defender, so... Do not use the pot in here, otherwise we're gonna lose the float status, and we kinda need that to have a reasonably good time to survive against Omega. Oh, the timer is paused still. I always forget about that. Thank you. I let it run after the stream a little bit yesterday by accident, so it probably just evens out. Although I'm not sure how long it ran, to be honest. We'll see. Good morning, and welcome everybody. Timer isn't running, Ghost Black Arm also said that earlier. I just tend to be so focused on explaining the things we're doing, and then I reach out afterwards once my stuff is done. At least I'm still on the correct scene this time around, rather than everybody having a tiny window in the intro screen. That has happened before. Alright. Running away from these encounters in the forest is generally speaking not that difficult. Like, it is not reliable, but for the most part we should get away before too much happens, probably. Yeah, thank you. And back at deck. Thanks to the Masamune, it didn't even matter, because we still get our first turn before any enemy moves. How convenient. So I guess we will just need to survive to hit like 6 or 7 sword stances, depending on how much Omega is going to heal. So that'll be a thing. It'd be kind of neat if we could somehow remove the absorption on Omega. But I just realized, I think the game window was slightly off because it wasn't maximized on my end. Whee. These guys on the other hand are quite difficult to run away from generally, but we'll get there eventually. They're not that dangerous on their own turn, but I think they consistently counterattack with green and stuff, which is very unpleasant. I suppose the other characters going to low HP is actually quite alright with me. In fact, it might be desirable for them to get themselves knocked out anyways. Alrighty. In this case, let's get Lena set up. So she needs the rainbow suit for increased sword stance chance. She needs the ribbon for extra stats. She has running. No, she gets the wall ring because we need to bounce back the targeting thing. That's basically what we need. And the Wonder Rod for Shell, Flame Shield initially until we switch over to the Rune Axe is gonna be the idea, and we have everything here ready to go. We will need Kara here to bounce back over to Lena. The haste status, so it's gonna be a bit of a gamble. And then actually kind of would prefer if Butts and Ferris were to knock themselves out, to be completely honest. Because that would be better. So I'm gonna give you an Excalibur, actually. Get double grip. With running shoes. No armor equipment, Excalibur is fine. Gonna briefly give you guys running shoes. Don't need to worry about petrification immunity. I don't think I do, but just in case, let's give Lena initially the Aegis shield. And get into one encounter, knock out Butts and Ferris so they take a nap. So we just have Kara available. And then we try. 120 streams. That's pretty crazy, dude. Many grinders. Welcome back. I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Alright, you hit yourself. Considering that this was not a critical hit, I guess we do not count as a humanoid enemy with the man-eater dagger. Anyways, let's run. Let me run, please. Ideally before I need to heal. Excellent. Alrighty. So, this is our setup. We're gonna have Lena as our capable double grip rune axe dancer, taking down Omega and herself after a little bit of setup help from Kara here. Let's go. So, we need the Masamune to haste Lena. That did not happen just now. And Kara goes down. So, we just reset until we get the 50-50 correct here. I think this is the only 50-50 we need, isn't it? I believe other than that, we are just gonna be just fine. Oh my goodness. The secret has triggered. Everybody make sure you hide your food, hide your wallet, hide anything that is just bite-sized for a rabbit, because the humper rate has arrived. They're probably just gonna try and eat anything that even remotely smells like food. So, please be careful. Okay, wrong one. Atomic Ray Reflex are gonna be just annoying for how much it's gonna heal itself. This Omega battle has been hump blessed, evidently. Alright, come on, Kara. There we go, good job. And Kara takes a nap. That is, in fact, reasonably ideal. So, now we're just gonna wait. Gonna equip the Rune Axe. And then we need to heal after every Surge Beam. It does not matter who I target with the healing potion, because Lena is always gonna target herself here. Then we get another individual attack. Alright, I need to actually use the Wonder Wand. Oh, and she doesn't have the Flame Shield equipped. Whoopsie. yeah. The Aegis Shield was for the previous battle. Now she has the Flame Shield. I just forgot to check which shield she has equipped. I saw she had the shield equipped and forgot to check that. Whoopsie. But it's also a good reminder for the Wonder Wand. Righty, Kara, we need to get the coin flip again, please. Perfect. Good job, Kara. Atomic Ray first. I mean, it's fine. He hasn't taken any damage yet. Then, we wanna shell ourselves. Now we take half damage from magic. And we just high potion up. Alrighty everybody, this is gonna be our strategy here. Rainbow Wind, inflates HP leak status, and blind, and... well, it would do a bunch of stuff, but we're mostly immune to everything. So then, it's gonna be a double turn coming up after the next Surge Beam, I think. Surge Beam again, half of our max HP gone, and HP leak status on top of it. And we need to be absolutely ready for this guy to just attack us with a Maelstrom here. We have to immediately heal. If that happens, we cannot actually delay the turn whatsoever. Then, next up is gonna be the turn, the decisive one, if you will. I need some space in my inventory, dude. Flame Shield, come back up here. Honestly, I think I'm only gonna get one dance in anyway, so I feel like I should just be healing first. It's gonna be downside that I'm not gonna get an additional turn for hitting him during the targeting, but reflecting the targeting. So, Omega is going to attack whoever he targets next. So, he's targeting himself, he's gonna attack himself. Ideally, we get the sword stance here, and that was a bit of a low roll, but oh well. Circle is an instant death attack that we have no way of resisting. And apparently the Atomic Ray does 1,376 damage still, despite having shell. Oh. 1,376. She does not have that much max HP. I thought we would... I did use shell, right? I thought this would be sufficient. I mean, we could just dance with the Flame Shield, but... you know... that's not nearly as good. Alternatively, I could just revive somebody just before the targeting turn with the wall ring each time, but that's just awkward. I was really banking on surviving that. I guess that also means whenever Maelstrom hits I would need to use an elixir instead. Ha. You know what, let's just try and see what happens if I dance with the flame shield equipped. Because we deal half the damage at that point, I guess. So that's not particularly helpful. That's very awkward. What do we do about that? If I gain a bunch of extra levels, we're gonna have so much more trouble staying just alive. But of course, I suppose that's still preferable. Surge Beam is next, knocking out Kara. I guess there's also no reason to use Shell then, in this case. By the way, I have to heal up before the double turn. Because he can just be a big meanie. Alright, let's see. Can I do 2 dances in? I did not switch out my equipment, that's alright. I can get 2 dances in before he goes. Oh, but the second one is too late. He already got his next turn in the same moment. This is the thing we ran into last time. I'm pretty sure he just happened to get his turn exactly at the same time as Lena, but because I was holding down the A button, my action went through first. So this means Lena is ever so slightly too slow. So Kara would need to be our character to guarantee going faster since she has 2 more speed. Unless I can increase my speed anywhere else, I don't think I can. How many elixirs do we have? 11. That's not nearly enough, I guess. Ha. Yeah, Lena is just straight up too slow. I'm so sorry, Lena. But I suppose I would want to grind out some levels anyways for Almagest, so let's go and grind some levels. And see whether the maximum HP increase is gonna be actually a concern at all. So let's go ahead and gain some levels somewhere along the way. Ribbon, Mirage Vest for you. Wait, no. I guess Rainbow Vest did this. Chicken Knife for the Dancer, Running Shoes for speed. You get Running Shoes, and we're gonna probably just have you dance with the Rune Axe for extra attack power. We're gonna give you a bunch of stuff back. Crystal Helmet is fine. Dark Armor is okay. Maslamunet two-hand or double grip, I guess. Somebody should have the Mirage Rust. It's silly not to. It's such a good idea. Alright. You have double grip, you have double grip. You actually have the insta-kill ability, which we might be able to take advantage of in the forest area. Yeah, let's go forest area. I was thinking maybe we could level up in the castle, but the Deathclaw enemies in there are in fact heavy, and this guy is also heavy. Doesn't he counterattack with Quick or something when you attack him? Let me actually just attack once. He did not counter, but it could just be coincidence. Still didn't counter. There's Quick. Okay, he just naturally uses Quick. That's a lot of damage. I suppose we could use Apollo's Harps on this guy, thinking about it. That would probably be a lot more efficient on Dragon-type enemies. Okay, 1400... Well, for Almagest I will want to have, what, 1500 HP on some characters. So let's aim for that on probably our Knight. For 1500 HP. So Ferris, 1500 HP is gonna be the objective. And I would prefer if we didn't get into a back attack, not gonna lie, so... I'm pretty sure you cannot slash that guy. He is way too heavy for that. Also, I guess I'm going to use all of the high potions. So either I use the pot in order to heal for the grind in the forest and lose float and then have to get it again, or I need to walk outside and get more high potions. Either way, I guess we're walking back outside afterwards. But I think buying high potions is easier than getting float again. Just need to make sure Lena doesn't go down. Alright. Just attack. Slash with you. I guess I could put a Dancer into the back row for extra defenses. If I use Slash anyways, which I think I will in most circumstances here. Yeah, Kara plus Ferris knock out one of these guys. Yeah, sure. And even if I... Well, the chicken knife is so strong, we will dance for like crazy damage anyways from the back row here. There's another ribbon here. I need another one, which... Technically the dancer does have a skill called Equip Ribbon, and this is an enhancer sword, which we don't really have anything to do with. Right, slash. Okay, our Kara can just one-shot these guys with a crit. That also works. You miss again. I guess these guys must have a decent bit of magic evasion then. Gain some levels. I suppose I'm mostly going here because I thought we would be able to take advantage of Slash, but considering our damage output, maybe that is entirely unnecessary. So we could go to the dragons instead, and the ninjas in the void. Wait, are moss fungus by chance heavy? Because then the slash wouldn't work. Moss fungus. Creature type, creature. No, they're not heavy. But funnily enough, they are a creature apparently, so that means the Artemis bow and the Beast Killer whip would do especially well against them. I actually was not aware of that. Also you might think, oh, but the Avis dragons, you could use the Apollo's harp against them for extra consistent damage. But the unfortunate part is that the Avis dragons are not dragons. They're not even Avis type creatures because there's an Avis type killer weapon in the game. They don't take increased damage from either of these types. Which is a little bit silly, but also, you know, just a game, I guess. Wonder how many levels we need. It's only like 3 or 4, I would guess, for fairies to reach that HP threshold. How much damage did Lena take? Like 1,300 and some change. So she needs at least 1,400 HP. Nice crit. Oh, that guy's in the back row. Alright. And now the difficult to hit the enemies. Unless we get sword dances, which lands anyways. Oh. Well, we just healed that thing back to full. Oh, inconvenient. I was not aware of that. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I did that last time already, just forgot about it. Sword stance, there we go. Goodbye. Eye drops. I suppose we're not really using any potions, so maybe it's fine. These guys actually can be slashed, I know that for a fact. They're also relatively easy to defeat for how good experienced they are. So this might be... Oh, apparently they also absorb holy damage. Maybe I should just give the defender sword over to Ferris here. I probably knew that at some point, I just forgot. Alright, hit him. Slash. And I guess you wait until the slash goes through. Slash did go through, try to knock this guy out. Should one-shot him hopefully. There we go. And hit the dragon real hard. Nice crit. Quick! I guess we would get hit by the wind slash... Oh wait, that was a counterattack. That was a counterattack. How inconvenient. And I think these things are reasonably common. Actually, I wonder how common they are inside over here. Let's see. Because this has a different counter table than the other locations. In the same-ish area here. We could also go to the Ronka area, which notably has a lot of enemies that can be susceptible to the slash as well. Oh right, I did the thing again. It didn't matter. I guess the level checks might be a bit sketchy though. Yeah, the level checks would be a bit sketchy. You know what? Farius is gonna master the knight sometime soon. Let me actually check something. What are the stats of a knight relative to a samurai? So samurai gets 43 strength and 43 vitality. A knight gets 47 strength, that is 4 more, and 44 vitality. So Knight Mastering is actually slightly better than Mastering Samurai. That would definitely make a bit of a difference. So I guess we can have Ferris be the one to knock down the guy then. I think that would be acceptable. These things have like 70% magic evasion, or physical evasion, so the chance to hit on these guys is not particularly great, but this is not a solo challenge, so petrification is not an instant game over, so to speak, so this might still be okay to try and just battle these guys anyways. Especially if Lennart just keeps dancing like that. Very efficient. This guy still appears here, I don't like that. Let's just run. Yeah, that's the quick counter. And I'm pretty sure they have over 10,000 HP, so we can't even one-shot them with a good dance. Alright, let's go Havis Dragons. And wouldn't you know it, I'm actually remembering to exchange Ferris's weapon for the Defender Sword. I think it's just regular attack with Lennart will do the trick here. Yeah, definitely. Gain some more levels. So I guess we're just gonna equip Ferris, and we can actually just look at her Knight HP in order to figure out whether we have the stats we need. Since that is the higher vitality stat of the two anyways. Slash. Nice sword stance. Means. That's alright. Slash misbow. Means. I mean, it's only 30% chance to hit, so we expect to miss most of the time. This makes perfect sense. To be fair, Lena's also only a 50% chance to hit normally, but sometimes she just does that 3 times in a row. Oh, nice. I don't want to battle this guy. Oh, he even counterattacks Dance. I was thinking maybe he didn't counterattack Dance last time, but no, he does. Oh. I don't want to do that. Because that would have knocked out butts right there. I guess maybe at this point we could just walk to the void, gain a bunch of levels along the way and back and see if Kara may be getting to the required HP threshold. Although I kinda doubt that, she has the lowest vitality stat of all the characters. She would probably take an extra level or 2 compared to Ferris to reach the HP threshold that we would want there. I did not mean to dance with you. Oh, but that's still one-shots, alright. It's impressive. So I think I can give Ferris her Excalibur back. Sonic Wave, half damage from Ferris now. Might as well just guard with her then. Then again, she has the Mirage Vest, so she wasn't gonna take any damage either way. It's fine. Gain some more levels. Let's move you back to the front row so you can dance properly. Plus, I suppose the thing is also I would want to level the knight on Kara to max, rather than anything else. And she also needs to master Dancer at that point too. It's like what? 600 plus 650? About probably around 800 ability points is what we would still need with that. I don't think we need to dance for this guy. Well, it probably would make sense to dance with bots, but the other three can knock this thing out. These guys, on the other hand, I have Guild Toss. They have 5000 HP if I'm not mistaken, but also a really high physical evasion, so the chance to land an attack on them is not great. Except if you sword dance either way. But yeah, we have a good chunk of money, so we might as well just use Guild Toss for leveling purposes here. Because I don't really plan on using Guild Toss on Neo XDev, aside from maybe finishing him off. That might be the thing that I would be using it for. Yes. They also not heavy, so technically Slash could land, although I would not be surprised if they have really high magic evasion. How much magic evasion do ninjas have? Let's see. One down. Nice sword stance, good job. Alright, Ninja has... yes, they have 90% magic evasion. So we have a 10% chance to land Slash after level calculations. Actually, it's a lot less than that. It's like a 5% chance to land. So that's likely not gonna happen. Just dance on the ninja, or try to anyways. And attack the dragon. Okay, Kara and Lennart don't... Kara and Ferris don't quite knock out the dragon. But it looks like we get 2 turns before it gets 1, so it's probably fine. Secrets. We had a secret come by earlier, and it ate all the food. So the rabbit has no more food in the food box. That reminds me, I didn't actually approve the suggestions for the food box yesterday, I forgot. Let's actually see what kind of encounters we get here. I'm actually mostly curious whether you can get Ramu down here. Assuming you can get encounters down here. Are there no encounters here? Huh. There are apparently no encounters here. So I guess this is technically a different area than the other one? I don't know how this game determines encounter rates. Hit this guy. Slash the dancers. Dance on this guy. Oh wait, what? I swear the death claws are normally heavy. And this shouldn't work. Really? Rock, Rain, Torrent, Statue, Deathclaw. No, apparently they're not heavy. I didn't realize that. Huh. I don't know where I got that from then, I guess. I thought they were heavy. Anyways, they're still going to be our focus for knocking them out sooner rather than later. I actually don't think we need to dance with Lena. Yeah, this is just a good enough damage. Because they can just put a character to critical HP, which is very undesirable, of course. So I'd rather just try to knock them out before that can happen. I guess maybe Lena should be dancing on the sword dancer, so we have the other Deathclaw in the front row. Yeah, I'm not sure we deal enough damage. These guys are, funnily enough, not heavy, I'm pretty sure. Iron Giant. But they do have... Actually, no, they don't have the greatest magic evasion either. Iron Giant... Oh no, never mind, they have 90% magic evasion. Yeah, that's not likely to work. I think we're just gonna dance with Lena. They have, what, 18,000 HP? Didn't counter that. I'm gonna still just try to continue slashing. Ow. Could also run from these. This is a rare encounter in this place in particular. Break Blade or Slash is the way to farm Iron Giant. I think it was Odin, wasn't it? Odin had like a flat chance that didn't consider the enemy's magic evasion at all. I mean, we can knock them out, they are worth a good chunk of experience. Yeah, I think Odin is what you usually use on Iron Giants, if anything. Or well, Breakblade, of course. Which is the more desirable way to go about it. Oh, they have evasion. Oh wait, no, the Rune Axe just has a 10% chance to miss, don't you? Oh well. Yeah, regain the level. Preempt this strike. Okay. Just gonna continue trying to slash. And dance. Knight needs an ability where they can cover for an ally even if they are not in critical HP. Like Guard is really crazy good, but like a secondary move where they can cover either way would be really nice. Let me gain the level. Dance on the back row. Actually, is this the back row? Might be. Yes, that's alright. Actually, I just realized Mystery Waltz is oddly useful here for Lena, because she keeps using MP whenever she attacks with the Rune Axe, and actually occasionally refilling her MP means that she can keep keeping up the crits. That is surprisingly useful, I just realized. One of the few times where I guess we do want to keep Mystery Waltz over Tempting Tango. Usually it's the other way around. So I guess we're gonna have Ferris with enough HP to survive Almagest in the end. But we could also have a secondary character with Shell, because I don't need to use the Shell anymore, do I? You know, I could go and grab the Ragnarok Blade in the meantime. Actually not a bad idea, is it? Just briefly walk over there and grab it. But then again, I'm not going to use it against Omega. I do want to knock out Omega before we go down. Whoa, you just one-shot anyways? Our knights are getting strong at this point. Or our characters. I suppose gaining a few levels also means that we're gonna deal more consistently high damage against Omega 2. Again, I'm mostly just worried that I will be running low on elixir sooner rather than later. I think all of these enemies can be slashed, so... just bring them to low HP. Oh, Ferris just one-shots one of them anyways. Oh, that's interesting. Life 2 triggers after the rabbit dies there, which does in fact mean it would be able to revive itself if it picked that target in particular. That's a rare encounter in here, by the way. Ferris learned equipped swords, which means she mastered Knight, and she now has both Knight and the other thing mastered. Also, she has 1400 HP. I think we go for one more level, and that'll be hopefully sufficient. So I can start walking back now. I don't want to fight this guy necessarily. But I guess Lena is just doing perfectly fine here. I don't expect Slash to land, but I mean, we might as well try. He gained the level. And we're walking back. Maybe I should have saved before starting my walk back, just in case I bump into Omega by accident. That would be really awkward. Dance. Oh. They have a chance to cast Image whenever they get hit by a physical attack. That guy didn't do that, so that's handy. Oh wow, Ferris just hits twice, okay. No problem for Ferris. Oh, and Kara decided to just knock out the other guy with a crit. That's pretty good. So this is my preferred encounter, I suppose. Sword stance from the back row, 5000 damage. It's crazy. They have what, 7000 HP? And yeah, usually taking them down takes a bit longer than that, but here we are. Alright, Ferris has 1500 HP. We don't want to get any more. So we're gonna start running now. Then again, I guess maybe we'll want to have maybe just... I mean, we can knock out a few more enemies, and then we gain an extra level on the way back through here afterwards. I think that's alright too. I probably could just guild toss them after we hit them once. That's if our dancer doesn't already claim victory. Alright, didn't get any more encounters. The encounter rate in that sky section is particularly high. Or if you play the Pixoy Master, it's just the same as everywhere else. As usual, don't look at Omega and he doesn't know you're there. Just gonna wait until he changes walking directions and walk around. Alrighty. Let's get set up, shall we? Oh, right, I need ferries to have float. How awkward. And I suppose I could use some more high potions too, so at that point you might as well just run all the way outside again. Okay, there's like one saving grace I could encounter around here, and that's if you run into the rare encounter inside the next area section. So inside this cave in particular, there's a rare encounter with a bird. That bird can cast float. But we did not even get an encounter in here. That's alright. Walking back outside. In hindsight, I could have started walking back a lot earlier. But it always surprises me on how much more like experience you tend to get at later levels. Yeah, how much HP you tend to get at later levels. So gaining enough experience to survive Almagest really is not that big of a deal. I think another interesting thing is that people might not necessarily know about certain back entrances in Mirage Village, but in the final dungeon you literally go through a frozen variant of the Mirage Village and go through a back entrance. So we can use the pot now, it's fine. So it clues you in on, hey wait, there's this entire village that's frozen. Well, I guess it would look a lot different if you've never even been to Mirage Village in a casual playthrough, because you might not have figured out that it's even there, right? And I guess the idea for it might be a bit out there too, since it's a random encounter village. I think the main clue for that place is when you go into the trench and one of the dwarves tells you that there's some weird things going on above, and if you consider the area location like visually, the dwarves would probably be more or less right below Mirage Village at that point, at least thematically. So that's, I think, how you're supposed to figure out Mirage Village, but, you know, it's not unheard of that you might just not know it exists. Oh no. 25%? Hey, nice. Chicken knife with the 25% chance to run away coming in handy. I think at this point the chicken knife is probably fully powered up too. That likely happened a while ago now to think about it. Oh. I guess at this point we might as well... Wait, this has 20,000 HP. I'd still prefer to run away. I think that knocks him out. think I might as well switch over Ferris to be the freelancer at this point. So just in case the stuff from Lena, she could master more things. Actually, she has mastered the exact same things. It doesn't actually matter. But she's gonna be the knight. Double grip. You get the Excalibur, that's fine. Running shoes as usual. Strength armor. Actually, no. Mirage vest for you. Then we equip Ferris with the Rune Axe, which is stronger. Rainbow dress for sword stance up. Running shoes for now. And that's gonna be our main dancer, I suppose. So, order of operations. We need high potions and we need to maybe get some more Phoenix Downs too. So where's the city that sells these things? I think right here is one. Very conveniently located. Welcome back to Kelp. Anyway, stock up on high potions for the rest, and Phoenix Downs. We probably don't need that many. Don't need any status recovery. I will say it's rather unlikely. Then again, maybe we need that many Phoenix Downs. Because Shinryu. Although I think that's rather unlikely. Alright, now, hopefully for the final time, we're gonna grab Float for our characters. Which means we actually need Dance without dancing gear. To get that to work. It's only 1 in 4. And we're right here. Let's save. I'm just gonna save just in case I didn't. Yeah, it's been a while. Alright, once again we're looking for the rare encounter Stingray. It's the 3rd time this run. How rude. But Masamune just gives us a nice break from back attacks, just like that. Goodbye. So I think the chance is a 1 in 32 effectively for us to get the Stingray, so this might take a while. Although it never feels like it takes that long to get there, to be completely honest. Lol. Welcome, hope you're doing well. Stingray, where are you? Hey! Thank you, Nighty. There is where Stingray is. Your request was not unheard. Now we just need to tempting tango it. It's a 1 in 4 chance every time we dance for that to happen. There we go. And now it's... I actually have no idea what the odds are for it to use bigger than us. It has a chance to hit itself, a chance to tidal wave. There's the big card. Thank you! Good job, Tango. long as you're not using Dancing Dagger. The Dancing Dagger has a 50% chance to use a dance move. So 50% chance and then a 1 in 4 chance for Tempting Tango makes it 1 in 8. And if we have the Rainbow Dress, we actually don't get any Tempting Tangos. Also, now that we have Ferris as our character, she has 1 extra speed compared to Lena. I do wonder whether I will actually get a proper double turn on the guy. Hey, a Chimera. That's nice. Because this is an easy to run away encounter in here. As opposed to... not this guy. So I think the Chimera is a rare encounter in here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, friendly. Let me run. Do not use the pot. Do not use the pot. Do not use the pot. Otherwise we're gonna lose our float status. Part of the entire reason why we walked outside. It's crazy how much changed between 5 and 6 Final Fantasy, yeah. And I mean, also if you consider the changes from 4 to 6, because originally people didn't get Final Fantasy 5 in between. There's also so many little changes too, right? Good morning, Hotshot. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. We had Secret Mana in between in North America. That's I like that game. So it kind of softened the shock. I imagine most people wouldn't even know because they did rename Final Fantasy 4 to Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 6 to Final Fantasy 3 just to keep the numbers continuous in the local region. The repercussion of that is nowadays it's kind of a little bit awkward to talk about Final Fantasy 3 because, you know, automatically for a lot of people it's still gonna be actually Final Fantasy 6 coming to mind. At least when you say Final Fantasy 6, you know what you're talking about, and if you say Final Fantasy 4, you also know what you're talking about. It's just 2 and 3 are a bit awkward. Alright, we're back here already. That was actually pretty nice and no problems. You can get to run away from this encounter fast. How friendly. Omega is not here. So apparently each individual step falling down the waterfall counts as a step. Alright, we're back. Let's see. We're gonna equip the Aegis shield for 1 encounter on Ferris. For petrification immunity, I don't think we need it. I'm not sure though. Also here, do we not? We have a train sword, right? I can heal her up that way. We save 1 high potion. Then we need Butts and Lena to take a nap. So we're just gonna have them knock themselves out. So we're gonna actually remove your Mirage Mist, so you can do that, and use the Man-Eater Dagger for this. Should have set this up before, I just forgot about it. It's alright though. Alrighty, not quite one. Can you dance with this here? Is it drain sword, please? Alright, you knock yourself out? Or did I back do it? Well, it doesn't quite heal to full. But I suppose it's alright. You knock yourself out. Right. So Sense is gonna heal you to full. Let's run! No! That's so mean. That's even worse. That's a lot worse now. That's so mean. Ow. Oh my goodness, these things hit like a truck, dude. Kara being low HP is actually fine. It's just I was hoping to save the potions on Ferris. Oh wow, that thing has enough defense that Giltos is just nullified. I may still use a high potion here, that's alright. Okay, let's set up for Omega. For hopefully the final time here. We have Ferris with a wall ring, so she gets Reflect permanently. Rainbow Dress, so she can sword stance a lot better. Aegis Shield in a previous encounter to be immune to petrification, just in case that ends up being relevant, which it shouldn't be. For now, initially we're gonna equip the Flame Shield, as well as the Wonder Rod. So she can give herself Shell. And Kara just has the slightly tricky job of getting the 50-50 right for a haste on Ferris specifically. Nice, perfect Kara, thank you. Blaster does nothing, and now we're gonna try and keep track of this thing's HP. We're gonna wait with Ferris until the big guy moves and heal ourselves. Good night, Kara. Thank you for helping. Alrighty. Keep the flame shield equipped. Lucky, if we are lucky, he just heals us here, but well, he didn't. Surge Beam, we have to heal in between. Because he could use Surge Beam immediately again. And if he uses Maelstrom, we need to immediately queue up the elixir. He did not. But he did. Actually, we need to queue up the elixir anyways. Because he used another Surge Beam immediately. There's targeting. Alright. 50% chance for Ferris to embark onto the path of greatness. AKA, she deals some damage to hopefully eventually defeat Omega. Oh, I forgot to set up the thing. I forgot to set up Shell. Well, I guess I didn't really have time, but this still. Anyways. We need the Rune Axe, wherever that is. There it is. We will still need the Wonder Rod afterwards. Alright, dance, my friend. Very nice, 5300 damage. Fortunately, no self-attack. Minus 1050 HP. Because he just healed himself that much. Flame Shield. Wonder Rod, give yourself Shell. So you survive attacks. Surge Beam again, and that's gonna be every other turn. Surge Beam is always half of our maximum HP. It's the biggest reason why I didn't actually want to have much more maximum HP, but it turns out we kinda need it in order to survive certain other attacks. Delta attack does nothing. I'm just gonna use another potion to heal up while we have time. Then Surge Beam immediately next. And here we have to heal because I think it's gonna be the potential. Well, no, actually, after the next Surge Beam, it's gonna be potential double turn. Atomic Ray, he heals for 1470, undoing most of the damage we did so far. Come on. Now he has a double turn where he can use Surge Beam again. And we just wait. Just in case he Maelstroms, we need to be ready with an Elixir here. Quick does nothing. So I actually kind of want to just wait and see if I get a second move off. Targeting. It's the wrong move, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get a second dance in. I'm going to actually equip the Flame Shield here. Okay, well, I did not get the second move in before he moved, so this could just straight up kill us here if we're unlucky. And it will. Alright, so we cannot get a second dance in no matter what we do. So we might as well just heal up after the double turn. This is just not working out with the speed. We are just ever so slightly too slow. Alright, 50-50 for Kara. Very nice, good job. Blaster does nothing. And then we just wait until we need to heal. Keep that Kara until next time. Then also equip Shell for ourselves. Then we get ready to equip the Rune Axe. I will find it. There it is. And make space for the Flame Shield. Surge Beam again, of course. That's the double turn, Surge Beam twice. We heal up immediately. Then we get ready to dance. Unfortunately it's a mystery vault, so it does no damage this round. Put the Flame Shield again. Heal up. And repeat the cycle. Surge Beam 1. If I'm lucky I don't even need to heal here. Alright, I do need to heal. Otherwise we're gonna fall too far behind. Surge Beam 2. Is it double turn now or next? I don't remember. Just gonna wait for his next move. Emission, thank you for the heal. Okay, Surge Beam and then it's double turn. Surge Beam 3, then it's double turn. Where he can also use Surge Beam on the first round, go round if he feels like it. Also need to be ready to heal in case he Maelstroms me. He did not, so we're good to go. In this case I might as well just wait for a dance. And 2 coin flips lost. Put the shield again. Heal up just in case. I actually have to take my turn in order to try and heal immediately there. Because otherwise my shield is not yet technically equipped because I haven't taken a turn yet. Alright, Surge Beam 1. He gets healed. He doesn't... Well, he hadn't taken any damage yet, so it doesn't matter. Surge Beam 2. With a bit of luck I'm gonna heal here. I do, so I don't have to actually spend any potions. Surge Beam 3. Then we get a double turn. We have to heal, otherwise the next Surge Beam could just straight up knock us out. And we have to be ready to heal up the Maelstrom. So we pre-select the elixir. And there's Maelstrom. I actually don't have time to check whether the Maelstrom hits or not. I could resist it. I have to immediately select it. Alright, so, I'm gonna be too slow to re-equip the Flame Shield here, but we haven't done any damage so far, so I'm willing to risk it anyways. And we still haven't dealt any damage. You know what, I'm just gonna keep dancing for now. Let's see if we survive. Nope, we do not, because we're gonna get confused here. Oh wait, we're immune to confusion. But it doesn't matter, because I'm not gonna get a turn to heal in between beforehand. You know, I feel like I should just dance at the very beginning of the run anyways. Okay, wrong target. At this point we might as well just try to dance. I really need to rearrange my inventory. So it's more easy to find my stuff in here. Of course, every time I reset, it's not gonna stay that way. Where is it? Hello? There it is. Runex. Dance. Did not get a good dance. Okay, we did get the haste though. I guess Flame Shield and Dance again. Hope for a heal from him. I did get healed. Fine. We'll just play it the normal way for now. Which means Wonder Rod here. Get Shell. Here. Double turn coming in. At least I think it can. Yep, that's the double turn. And I'm also just gonna go for a double attack. Just because I feel like it. At the beginning it feels like I can just take those risks. While we haven't done any damage whatsoever anyways, we're not really losing anything. And, well, actually I think we got our second attack off this time beforehand. Maybe we got more favorable agility rolls this time around. Hey DDR, welcome, hope you're doing well. How goes the challenge run? Well, I'm trying to defeat Omega here, but we don't really have a particularly reliable setup to knock him out for good. So I'm just trying my best to actually defeat him anyways, which turns out to be a bit of a challenge. But you know, I suppose it's a challenge run. Rainbow Wings. Is that the double turn? No, the double turn comes next. Heal up. Get ready to elixir in case you see Maelstroms. You know, he searches beams, and then I have to elixir up anyways. No, he's slightly faster sometimes. Oh, because the elixir delays my move. Did not get any good dances. Come on, Ferris. 0 for 6, I think, in this battle. I'm just gonna keep dancing. And Mustard Bomb counterattack immediately wipes us out. And then Circle had a really high chance to wipe us out if it didn't use Mustard Bomb. Alright, let's rearrange the inventory before I do anything else. We need the rune axe. There it is, up top. Then we need space for the shield. And I need elixirs a little bit higher up. There we go. It's gonna be much more convenient to retry now. Alright, Kara. $50-50. Nice. Last I hit Kara, but she either... No, I think it was not the instant death move, because she would not survive that. Right. We try to dance immediately. Rocket Punch and Kara, that's technically good. Because we get the damage in more or less for free. Alright, good start. Thank you, Kara. You can rest now. So we equip the Flame Shield. I guess I don't need a weapon in the meantime. The mission heals back to full, how convenient. Then we just wait for the Surge Beam. And then I think this is the double turn, is it not? Have to be ready. Okay, we are fine. So get ready to dance. Right here, and I'm just gonna try for 2 dances immediately. The second one I have to select the Flame Shield. That's why. Although arguably... Well, basically nothing happened is the short version. So we just wait now. Surge Beam 1. Surge Beam 2. We're hoping for a heal here, but I'm just gonna take my time to heal up manually. Because that doesn't always happen, and we're low enough now. Surge Beam coming up. That's Surge Beam 3. Now I need to get ready to use an elixir. Just in case. Wait, no, this is... Oh, with Resisted Maelstrom. I was not gonna be ready in time. It's fine. Let's get ready to dance. That's the wrong dance, Ferris. Oh, I guess we have to take a turn either way. Rainbow Wind. I think this is basically like 100-ish damage because of the HP leak status that it also inflicts. So, technically we made progress. Actually no, we made negative progress because he healed earlier in that cycle. What's the reason for unequipping and equipping the Flame Shield? Ferris has double grip, which means if she equips a weapon with 2 hands, which means you cannot use a shield, she deals double damage. Thanks for the heal. Surge Beam number 3, and then we get into the double turn shenanigans. What do we get? Delta attack, does nothing. Rainbow Wind does nothing. Right, ready to dance. There we go, finally get another sword stance. Unfortunately not max damage, but an additional Mustard Bomb, which is great. Oh, I did not equip the Flame Shield. It's fine. gonna wait here. And he healed himself for 1134. Too bad. You know what? Who has the chicken knife equipped? If I gave Ferris the chicken knife here, she would actually gain slight bit of extra turns relative to Omega. In fact, if I dance with a chicken knife first and then dance with the rune axe, I would probably get 2 dances in. But I'm pretty sure the chicken knife is dead on the floor right now. I think it's on butts. I can probably revive him during certain turns to get it out of there. It's gotta be Surge Beam next. I'm gonna have Butts throw an item over to Ferris for healing. Rainbow Wind is fine. High potion here. And oh no, he does the man-eater dagger. Wait, is the chicken knife in here then? Oh, it is. Alright. Gonna move that one up for Ferris to use. Throw her another potion. Thanks, Butts. Because the chicken knife has +5 agility, so it actually does make a little bit of a difference for turn order. Blaster. Oh, we are... Yeah. I did not have my turn yet. Right, attempt number next. Because Ferris was slightly too slow. I do wonder how much damage she would do with chicken knife dance. Probably not enough for it to be worthwhile relative to other things. Just gonna reset. Do coin flips. Three coin flips. Four coin flips. Ha ha ha. The funny thing is we're not really any closer to actually getting the coin flip the correct way around than the very first time. It's still the exact same Chinese time. But the consecutive times is kind of what makes it unusual. Right. 5 tries to get the muscle movie going. Good job, Kara. Thank you for the help. And we're immediately gonna just dance. Because I feel like it. So it's dance. Good damage. Rocket Punch, unfortunately the wrong character. 2 times. And then Surge Beam will just knock us out. Oh, she actually had 1 HP remaining. That's quite fun. I wonder better... Maybe I should just get reflect rings on these 2 and keep them alive initially. Or well, definitely not initially. Anyways, we get the bone mail, so get immunity to things, and the Giga Shield, for other immunities. We need 1 more encounter. And then I need the chicken knife. Where is it? Over here. Give it over to Ferris for extra speed. Wonder whether her speed is gonna be set when entering the battle. That would be interesting. Is your battle speed set at the entrance of the battle? figured it would change dynamically based on what you equip with. Anyways, the main reason why we got into one more income. Yaga, please, this is not the cactus you need to knock out. It's like the only one you don't need to knock out. Dingus. Oh my god. Why would I want to have a second reflect person anyways? I don't need it, it's fine. Oh, I already saved. It's okay. I was thinking maybe I could revive them for extra chances at surviving the initial reflect. To get extra damage in at the beginning. But that reduces the chance dramatically for Kara to get the correct target with the haste buff. So this is was actually not that clever of a play either way. Rainbow suit, flame shield. We have way too many items. Chicken knife. I'm actually curious whether fairies will be actually able to get 2 rounds in if I enter the battle with a chicken knife. Because it didn't feel like she gained any extra speed once she equipped it, for what it's worth. I guess the downside now is that the Wonder Wand is somewhere in Nirvana in my inventory. How inconvenient. There it is. I guess you can heal Kara for now. This is more awkward to reset now without the Wonder Wand being an appropriate location. Good morning, Blind Umpire. Hope you're doing well. Come on, 50-50, Kara. Nice, good job. Good morning. Right, let's actually see whether Ferris is gonna be able to keep up in terms of turn order here. Atomic Ray. Good night, Kara, thank you. Okay, it's gonna be Surge Beam here. Inventory Nirvana is an exciting concept if taken more literally. Suppose it would be. Alright, Maelstrom. He Surge Beams the second time, so no matter what his second move is, I wanna Elixir right away. Let's see. We wanna prepare to Rune Axe him. Question. And I need more space. Get rid of the antidotes, I guess. Okay, ready to dance. Let's see if I get 2 turns in. I will say probably not, but who knows. The second one I'm gonna equip a Flame Shield. No, he gets a turn in before I do. Okay, so that does not work. So speed order would be dynamic, theoretically anyways. So theoretically, if I equip the chicken knife here, I do gain extra turns. I do wonder, if I revive you now, you don't have a flame shield, do you? Which is a bit inconvenient. Yeah, now Ferris gets a turn before the next attack happens. But he's gonna Surge Beam next. What if I hit you once and didn't hit you? Oh, I thought Butts would get another turn beforehand. He did not. Chicken knife, seed. And then, with a bit of luck, we get emission. We did not get emission. I should try Chicken Knife Dance as the first one. Okay, Surge Beam, once again we have to heal, because he can't just use a Surge Beam again in this round. Or was that next round? don't maelstrom me because I will die. Thank you. So, actually I'm gonna chicken knife dance the first one here. Targeting. Sword stance. That is 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. And I mean, he also has an additional chance to deal extra damage to himself on top of that. Oh, but I do not want... I suppose in this situation I would keep my flame shield equipped for both rounds. Five, 850. Just no dual wield bonuses. Okay, so we could get 2 sword stances in with a chicken knife like this. Man, it's really awkward that we are just ever so slightly too slow. I will guess that the +1 speed from Kara would not make a difference, but I guess it technically could. That was less damage than one single-handed rune though. Yes, it was. But I get double the amount of sword dances and... which would mean it would be more consistent. It was 9,306 damage. Alright, double turn incoming. I guess I could always just queue up a high potion in this situation. Prepare for a Runex dance. And I need to take a turn here afterwards anyways, with a chicken knife and such. Minus 1176 damage. Hello, Forlorn Kaiser. You'll be working on your own for Job Fiesta while lurking here. Nice, enjoy your lurking. Good luck with your Fiesta. Alright. One Surge Beam. I might as well just heal immediately again. I guess I could also just hope for a heal from him, but he did not heal. Wait for the Surge Beam. Once again here, technically I could just hope for a heal. I guess I don't need to heal a second time yet. And he heals himself for 1470 damage. I think I waited actually a bit long there. Yeah. Gonna be get sketchy here. Because I have to heal, otherwise I die to Surge Beam. Hope Ferris is fast enough? No. I delayed my turn too much. Alright, Maelstrom is dead. Most of the time. We do have a chance to resist it. Oh well, it was less than 10,000 damage anyways. Okay. I guess we just go in for the long haul then. Instead of trying to be cheeky and get extra stuff out of it. Although in the first round I will probably just go for the double sword stance attempt. I should have tried the sword stance after he moved though. Do we just hope for a heal from him? I think we do. Sword stance. Heal me please. He did not in fact heal me. Oh well. Chicken knife. Heal. And he decided to search beam twice, that's why I need to heal. And just gonna wait for a dance opportunity right here. There we go, 10,000 damage. And a mustard bomb on top. How nice. Okay, good. Very good. Chicken knife for speed. High potion, queue up. Wait, she went clearly before Omega this time. I wonder whether we're getting better turn order this time around. There is a bit of variance to that every time you restart the battle. So it's entirely possible Ferris is ever so slightly faster this time around than she was last time. Honest question, how do you plan on beating this guy? Very, very slowly. Because we should survive indefinitely as long as I'm not taking any risks. I could hope for a heal here, or I could immediately start healing again. He healed me, how nice. Then I have to heal after the next search beam every time, because you can just immediately search beam the second time, and 2 search beams in a row you never survive. It's literally impossible without healing in between. And then I have to probably just queue up a heal immediately after he gets his turn. Well, I don't have to, but this actually just makes sense. So now, we're gonna get ready for another sword stance on his targeting turn. We might be able to get a second turn in. Am I cheeky enough to risk it? We dealt... Oh. I don't think I'm gonna risk it this time, because we already got a really good chunk of damage in here. So... I'm not gonna risk it. Oh, this time he actually got the turn before I moved. Probably a good thing I didn't risk it. Right. We are at 27,500 damage, but that's just the raw numbers. He also has a little bit of HP leak status on him, so he lost actually a little bit more HP than that. Did I quit the chicken knife? I feel slower than before. I did. Here I'm just gonna double heal. At first he asked for help, then for beer and snacks. I hope you enjoy your snack and beers. Alrighty. Search beam is next. Then he has his double turn, so he could immediately search beam again. And I think we always just queue up another high potion immediately as soon as he gets his turn here. There is no reason not to, because he could just maelstrom me here, and this should get the potion out before HP leak gets any ticks in to kill me. At least I think it should. Maybe it doesn't. Anyways, dance ready. Targeting. He is gonna hit himself if I hit him. Normally his counterattacks are extremely deadly, but this is exactly why we have the reflex ring for this. Chicken knife back up. And I'm just gonna use a regular potion, because we don't need to technically heal here. But I have to actually take a turn, because otherwise my character does not actually have the flame shield equipped anymore, or yet. Because I have the flame shield equipped, or did not have the flame shield equipped the previous turn. It only considers me to have it equipped once I take my action after switching inventory items. Delta attack is fine. What should you ask for next? I think blankets and pillows is the logical next evolution stepstone right there. And a nice mattress. I think that sounds nice. Right, we have to heal. As before, we're just gonna queue up the high potion as soon as he takes his double turn, just in case of Maelstrom. And even if there's no Maelstrom, I still need the healing anyway, so we're not losing anything. Ready for a dance? Let's go, Ferris. $9,900 and this bomb. Okay, so he's less than 10,000 HP away from death at this point, so get back up. Just in case he decided to reverse. There's no reason to risk anything, right? Unless the Maelstrom could tick there, which I guess it could. Minus 1,596. Okay, that's about almost exactly 10,000 HP away from defeating this guy. Okay. Queue up the high potion right here for the double turn. Wait, that's not the double turn yet. The search beam is now. Then it's the double turn. I'm getting ahead of myself. Now we queue up the high potion as soon as he takes his turn. Did not Maelstrom? How nice. Get ready to dance, Ferris. If you do it well, this is gonna be the last round you need to dance. Against this guy anyways. Aw, wrong dance. It's okay. We have more opportunities. Chicken knife, high potion. On the bright side, he's not healing himself with stuff, so that's nice. Search beam. Blaster. I'm just gonna stay at full HP, might as well. Search beam number 2. He could heal me here again if he feels like it. Again, I'm just gonna heal. Feels like a little bit of a waste, but we're literally one dance away from winning. Oh, no, never mind, not anymore. Now it is 2 dances away from winning. We could do the chicken knife dance, theoretically, for the last one to try and get in extra tiny bit of damage there. Alright. It's gonna be the double turn coming up. Getting ready to heal. Quick again. I'm not complaining. Then I don't have to worry about the Maelstrom knocking me up. Right, get ready to dance, Ferris. Sword Stains, 9,999. And a mustard bomb! Yeah, the mustard bomb did it! Nice, we got him. Excellent. Alrighty, this team can defeat Omega. It is very awkward, kinda slow. Maybe needs a bit of luck, but we can do it. Alrighty. Great success. That was a bit of a struggle. Unfortunately, nobody actually gains any ability points, because, you know. Also, you would think this explosion and quake does something, but it doesn't. Nothing happens. Alright, we're equipping the good shield, and get ready to run away. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna revive one person. We have so many Phoenix Stones, just revive everybody, Eka. Because we could get into an encounter on the way back. Alrighty. Nice. That's my tent. And this team. I mean, Kara gave us the haste buff, which frankly is kind of what a lot of characters are lacking. The Dancer gave us a way to hit the guy. The Knight gave us enough HP and attack power to hit really hard. And the Freelancer gave us the ability to equip everything at the same time. I think that's a pretty successful team combination there. Alrighty, if we get like 1 or 2 more levels on everybody, we would be having enough HP on Kara and Lena to survive an Almagist. We still have Shell on the Wonder Rod, so that's what I'll be using it for. But I think we should probably try and knock out a few more enemies along the way. Which also means I should equip you guys for actual combat. So let's do that. You get running shoes, you get a rainbow dress for extra dancing, ribbons for extra damage, chicken knife from you. We give you the rune axe, and equip the thing here, equip the running shoes, front row for you, chicken knife for you. Excalibur is good, and you get dark armor for speed, I guess. Actually, Mirage is just fine. Alright, let's knock out some more enemies. Also, let me real quick upload the victory picture. I guess I can do this later. I'm just gonna upload it for now and then link it later. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. One can argue that the jobs are between 4 characters, so the whole team contributed, but one of them literally did all the heavy lifting. Yeah. Maybe. I did not want to do regular attacks with bots. He's gonna run away. Preemptive strike. Dance. Dance. Come on, you two. You don't need to explain the mystery worlds to them. Clearly they prefer the Dance of Swords, as indicated by their gigantic katanas. Oh, you actually hit. Nice. Good job. So, if neither Butts nor Ferris hit, we could just throw money at the problem. Gain some more levels. Am I still using Bahamut on my magic lamp? I think I do, because I haven't used it since I recharged it. Bonk. You know, now think about it, if we just get lucky against the Almagist part, we probably nuke it before we can even attack once. Thinking about it. Bonk. Because if we just get 2 good sword dances in, that's almost half its HP gone. It's more like 3, I guess. I'm on a level here. I think so, actually. Slash. Dance. In that case. Oh, you get all of them. Perfect. Yeah. 1500 HP should generally be enough for just barely surviving now, I guess. And we could even put Shell on a Dancer. So he would survive Almagus too, although, arguably, I'll just let him go down and put Shell on a character that has just barely enough HP instead, just to make it slightly more reliable. Victory. Kara learned equip katanas. Oh, I thought that was the last ability. No, the slash attack to one-shot everything is the last samurai attack. Preemptive strike against these is very nice. Then I don't need to worry about them death clawing me and such. Well, probably not. Unless we get unlucky with the slash attacks and such. But it seems to be surprisingly reliable against this group of enemies. Hey Northrex, have we won against Gomega? Yes indeed. So, since we do have a way to cast haste, we can actually exchange our accessory for the final battle. Thank you. So I'm actually probably going to be using red shoes on our dancer, and maybe even the freelancer too. Yeah, I think that's fine. Also, speaking of fine, let's just have our dancer and other dancer take care of this guy. Oh yeah, that's just about enough damage. There's actually not much leeway there, but it's enough. 2 sword dances from bots actually are not gonna do the trick, but I suppose it's alright. Slash. I'm just gonna let him slash and finish off whatever else is remaining at the end. And also whatever gets revived, I guess. Hit the bunny. Can the bunny revive something again? Probably, right? Yeah. More inconvenient. We're also gonna get a secondary sword we could use. Oh. I was thinking, regular attack from bots is sufficient. But he has the chicken knife equipped, which has a 25% chance for us to run away instead. Whoops. Yes, that's alright. If Ferris doesn't finish it off, Lena and Kara... Oh. I guess just Kara managed to knock it out anyways. 35 is our goal on everybody, and then we just are pretty much gonna be leaving here. Dance. Dance. Revolution? I mean, if nothing else, our characters turn once in a circle. That counts as a revolution, right? Alright, Kara gained a level, Lena gained a level. Wait, no, Lena didn't. Ferris gained a level. Okay, we need probably one more encounter. Oh yeah, I guess Lena was missing during the pyramid, where I did knock out a few enemies along the way. So she did not get as much experience. Oh, Kara just finishes that guy off guaranteed. Good job. And no chance for them to survive. There we go. I think Lena just leveled up. Level 35 and everybody. The Mastered Knight and everything. Okay. Excellent. We definitely can take down Omega along the way, so I will be aiming to do that. I guess we can just set up right outside of him, and I don't think Necrophobe is gonna be a problem either, so I'm not terribly worried about defeating that guy first. Hello, Balpinir Flurry, hope you're doing well today. For anybody who might be watching this VOD later, anytime the little guy on the left, the bottom left of the stream pops up, that's when somebody says hello with the channel point thingy. Hello and welcome to you as well, Narco-sama. Hope you're doing well today. I do want a better... Actually, the Ragnarok sword is stronger than the Excalibur, isn't it? I was about to say, I do wonder whether I'm actually going to use that thing, but I suppose I will. These things counterattack with physicals. Ow. A lot of damage too. I suppose that's fine. We will need our cactus in critical HP, so taking some damage here is actually perfectly reasonable. In fact, let me unequip your Mirage Vest, just to facilitate this a little bit easier. We want to have... actually no. Lenno's like the one character we don't want in critical HP. Everybody else needs to be in critical HP. You're doing well enough. Alrighty. Slightly related, if someone happened to be stuck with Thief and White Mage for Biblos, what level do you think would be reasonable? Oh god. You have to run Biblos out of magic. So you need enough high potions and or elixirs and healing to get to that point. That's the worst kind of character or place to be stuck with those things. Can you zombie me? Actually would prefer if you zombie some of my characters. That is... oh, that's actually good damage. Let's see... Sage stuff. It hurt twice. I guess it's gonna be a bit awkward to revive her like that. She needs a bit more defense then. Gonna have you go into the back row, just so you hopefully get into critical HP. You guard. Zombie powder, very good. How much does a Revivify heal? I know outside of combat it heals for 1, which is exactly what we want. But we need you to not murder us in combat here. 184, that's actually slightly too much. Guard with you. Alright, let's see, what else do we have? Airlands. Sage's stuff on Kara should revive her on critical HP. Good. Sage a staff on you. Should revive you in critical HP. This is exactly why. Lena's gonna block for the other characters. No. This is sufficient. We don't need more than that, technically. It would be convenient if Ferris was also on critical HP, but it's not necessary. So I think we're good. Thank you, sir. I'd like to leave now, if you don't mind. Oh. So stands with that. Give him MP. He's undead. Throw money at the problem until it goes away. Ferris being able to use Apollo's harp. Yeah, it would speed up the battle, but it's not necessary. I'll see if we can find maybe an air lance attack on Ferris will get her not killed, but in critical HP. Shadows the money. Yeah, money is nice to have. It doesn't solve every problem, but it's also a lot of them. Some of them I may or may not have. Anyways, we are almost set up for Shinryu. One more encounter. Actually, you know what I can do? I can do this in Shinryu encounter. You defend... Actually, we wanna run. Thank you. Because this is a sketchy encounter here. Then... you get... power staff. Let's see, how much damage do you deal? Before we do anything. Berserk Shinryu. But you hit Ferris. Perfect! Alright. And now, what we can do is we can just win. So Shinryu is susceptible to Berserk. Normally he would have a wide variety of crazy and powerful attacks. This guy has significantly higher stats than Omega, like especially speed is absolutely absurd. This guy is faster without haste than our characters hasted for the most part. It's absolutely ridiculous. But if you Berserk him, he can only do physical attacks, and because of the Knight's ability to cover for allies, we don't have to worry about him dealing any damage whatsoever anymore, so... we can just do it this way. I could even Berserk my own characters and not even worry about anything else, but that's fine. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna use a Darkness Bow for the first time here. Or we'll try to anyways. Oh, you don't have the correct weapon. Because technically there's a chance that he will hit Lena just as she gets the turn, and during that time she would not be protecting against the attacks. Hitting with the Darkness Bow has a very high chance of inflicting the blind status, meaning that he's just going to miss 75% of his physical attacks at that point, which would be nice. And since Lena is not gonna do anything aside from guarding, I guess maybe I should just give her a shield and such too, while we're at it. Alright, so you're gonna get Flame Shield. Actually, you get the Genji Shield, that makes more sense. That's 50% chance to block physical attacks, just in case you ever get hit. Genji Shield right there. On top of that, we could go for a Guardian Dagger as well. Actually, the Defender Sword also gives us 25% chance to block attacks and guard. And then, with Ferris, we can then subsequently use the Apollo's Harp. This thing attacks dragons for 8 times damage, ignoring their defense. It is based on magic power, the attack here, so it's not that great for our character set. But, I mean, that's still a respectable amount of damage. Fairly reliable, too. Now we can just hold down the A button and win. In case you're wondering, dancing with a harp doesn't really work. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's just try it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work properly. What else I don't really know. By the way, this guy is like, what, 60,000 HP? He's pretty beefy. Also, I think he might not be blinded. I'm actually not gonna dance with bots because I'm gonna see that the sword dance does anything here with fairies. My goodness, guys. Fairies, come on. I just wanna know whether the sword dance does anything with the harp. It's the wrong spell again. Did I equip the wrong thing on her? She didn't use Tempting Tango so far, did she? Sword stance, let's see. No, it just straight up doesn't work. I was pretty sure that would happen, but you know, once in a while it's good to refresh from a memory as to whether it's actually accurate or not. And there we go. Team success. That is our second screenshot for our playthrough, and Shinryu was pretty easy with this team if you prepare beforehand. I guess if you didn't farm a power staff for this boss here or omniscient, you could get the Wonder Wand and cycle that one until you get the white magic spell for Berserk too. That also works pretty well. We get the Dragon Crest, which does absolutely nothing in this game, but also we do get the Ragnarok Sword, which I think is a stronger blade than... Well, it's definitely stronger than the Defend, but I think it's also stronger than the Excalibur. Yeah, actually it's 30 more attack, that is substantially better. Okay, and... great success. Onwards. Make sure double check the equipment real quick. You do have the rainbow dress, you have the rainbow dress, but no longer Apollo's harp, please, because that's just silly. Let's get you the rune axe back. Did he crack Omega? We did crack Omega, yes. Yes, we just did it with one character, because during my initial attempt where I had or tried to keep my entire team alive, I ran into two problems. One, Omega's counterattack. Omega's chance to hit Reflect was only 50% because, well, everybody else, well, only half of my party had Reflect rings equipped. So that was really awkward. Two, I also ran out of potions, which ended up being a huge problem too. We're gonna watch the cutscene here and then go back to save. We still haven't beaten up on Necrophobe yet, but I have absolute confidence that we'll be able to do that. But yeah, it turns out Soul of Fairies just survives against Omega pretty reliably while she has float, and I'm just spending my turns in clever ways in case he uses Maelstrom, so I would be able to immediately heal back up right after. Also, by the way, in case you were curious, high potions should trigger immediately after Maelstrom hits. Elixirs may or may not have a delay, actually not sure how that would work. But I'm pretty sure high potions should always trigger before I take any tick of damage from the HP leak status in the Omega battle. Is your dancer doomed to die from X-Death Ultimate? 995 HP is too low without Shell, right? Yes, that is accurate. In fact, Kara also has probably slightly too low of an HP to reliably survive it as well. But we do have one shell spell cast we can use in the Wonder Rod right now, and I plan on using that one. Hello, Pantokon. Welcome. Did you miss the Omega kill? Apparently, and Shinryu. We just knocked out Shinryu too. Shinryu, on the other hand, was pretty easy with this team. Wing. Curses. Book of Blood, Book of Curses, Book of Blood, Book of Death. Actually, that's not the correct order, is it? Right, mid, center, right, left. I never remember the order. Anyways. But yeah, my dancer is just gonna take a nap briefly. Whenever Omega XDEF is gonna use his Almagest. I could use the shell on my dancer, but it's just gonna be more reliable for us. To use that on the other characters. You've never beaten Omega nor Shinru, you have beaten Guild Turtle a couple of times. I mean, depending on your party setup, Guild Turtle is genuinely a bigger challenge than Omega or Shinru. Also, generally speaking, depending on your party setup, Shinru is pretty much always reasonably doable. It's just more or less difficult, depending on what you have. However, Omega can just be flat out not reasonable to be defeated, if you don't have actually a way to deal damage to him in any meaningful capacity. It's probably always still technically doable, but in some instances I'm really not sure on whether you want to spend many hours grinding out levels and elixirs. Alright, let's see. Anything I need to prepare for this guy? Not really. Mirage Rest and is good. Alright, let's go. Welcome to Necrophobe. This thing has 4 little barriers. Each one of them has 8,800 HP. And all they do is hit like an absolute truck. And we're gonna just immediately throw money at the problem, so it goes away. And then we're also gonna start dancing. That is decent damage. Unfortunately, that is not the right dance we're looking for. We should get 2 turns in before the barriers get to move. 1 barrier done. Ooh, that's not quite enough with Kara's Guild Toss. I was hoping to get slightly better odds there. Oh, dance. Alright, we got that. So, he's going to throw Flare and Holy against us. I guess we get another turn in. These things are in the back row, so we'll deal half damage to them with physicals. But apparently that's still enough to just defeat this thing. Holy crap. Ferris' sword stance are vicious. You know this means we could have Ferris in the back row dancing like that. Holy, alrighty. If it hits T, then T is gonna take a nap, but everybody else should have enough HP to survive. It deals about 1000-ish damage. Excellent. There we go. And as soon as it's Ferris' turns, we're actually gonna use the same strategy as before. This guy is acceptable to blind, and he loves to just attack us with a lot of damage. Actually, you know what? Speaking of blind, he's gonna blind me, but we should be immune on our dancers to that thanks to... yeah. He should probably be blinded, most of the time anyways, not guaranteed. He has a lot of physical defense in this form here. He is however susceptible to literally all forms of elemental damage. So, except for Earth, maybe he absorbs, or he's floating above Earth, I'm actually not sure. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our eye drops somewhere. There we go. Give them to Lena. And Lena, instead of using the Ragnarok sword, which has no element, can equip a holy element Excalibur and just deal massive damage to this guy. You're just gonna keep dancing the normal way. Has so much damage, dude. And you're going to get your rune axe back, also continue dancing. This old guy also gets double turns, so he's pretty mean like that. Kara is probably our character that has the least chance of dealing any decent amount of damage, relatively speaking. But he got 1 turn. And he did get to knock out Ferris, I guess, with this turn. How rude. And once he drops below 10,000 HP remaining, if you have encountered Gilgamesh before, Gilgamesh is gonna pop up and is going to help us out for the rest of the 10,000 HP. Entirely unnecessary with this team, but some teams can struggle quite a bit against Necrophobia, so not having to deal the entire HP of damage is sometimes kind of nice. But also, of course, enjoy the music. So, we would like to try and steal from Gilgamesh. I actually forgot about that part. So now we have a 1 in 3 chance to do the steal move with the Thief's Knife, and then a 40% chance to actually steal, so let's hope we're gonna get it, but I think we're gonna get like 3 attempts. If we don't get it, it's not terrible, but it would be nice to have a Genji armor for the final battle, for one of our heavy armor users to have a lot more defense. Hey, and we got it. Nice, good job team. Ferries would be doing about 20,000 damage without the cap. Potentially, it kinda depends. Because of the axes having such high variance, she would probably deal anywhere between about 8,000 damage to 20,000. Unless I guessed it, you burst through 100,000 in one attack. Did you have rapid fire? Like, I think the only way this team would have been even stronger for like just raw physical damage output is if we had a ranger. Ferris, go fall in love, then you'd be more feminine. Oh, Gilgamesh. And Ferris only has the one correct response to it, just ... You said you haven't seen him in Final Fantasy XIV since the Stormblood expansion? Well, I mean, canonically, he hops between various different universes, between our encounters just earlier and now, right? Goodbye, Gilgamesh, until next time. Alrighty, now we just need to set it up so everybody has, well, almost everybody has immunity to being petrified. I think we're gonna probably put Shell onto Kara, the samurai, with the lowest HP. Lena and Ferris most likely survive and Alma gets without too much trouble. Kara should as well, I guess. But we will need to heal immediately after. And T, our dancer, will just... he's gonna break a brief nap. Alrighty, so we're gonna set up for surviving the upcoming attacks. So, this means we're gonna take advantage once again of the weird quirk of this game, where you carry over immunities from your previous battle for one more battle. The way we're gonna do this is we're going to put the... actually not, bone mail goes on to Ferris for immunity against instant death. We're going to... actually no, that doesn't make sense. Genji armor for immunity to various status effects. I actually don't even know which ones, but this has a few status immunities. Bone mail for Kara to get immunity to instant death. The Aegis shield for Lena to get immunity to petrification. And with this we are gonna be entirely immune against white hole on the entire team, because ribbons also give us immunity to those. And we also want to heal back up to full. Also, our dancer, I'd like to point out, he has been dishing out dances for max damage without actually having katana equipped. I kind of forgot about this part. But normally he's supposed to have extra strength through equip katana or equip swords. But it turns out he didn't really need that. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give him equip shield instead and put the Genji shield on him. In the long run anyways. And yes, actually red shoes is correct. You do get ribbons. A rainbow dress is... Wait, who has you? You get dark armor instead. You get the rainbow dress. Wait, what's the Genji armor? Right, we're gonna move the Genji armor over after one encounter. Okay, last save time. We need one more encounter to set up our immunities. And then we're good to go. Actually, you know what? There's one more thing I can improve. Here. Running shoes on you initially. We will want to have red shoes on you afterwards. You're on team on he needs to have a fight in the actual huge bridge at the last chance in this expansion, or we wasted that bridge's existence. Surely there's gonna be a reason to return to that bridge someday. Come on, let me run, guys. That's just rude. She has the bone mill equipped. I actually didn't know this would be how it works. That's kind of funny. Let me run, you clowns. My god. You really want me to dance you to death here? We can do that, I just really don't want to. I just wanna run, dudes. Oh, that guy's gonna counter now. Fine, have it your way, I guess. Don't jitterbug, that's the worst case scenario, because he counterattacks any HP damage. There we go. The bugs write the bestiary for that one. Not in this game. There's no bestiary in this version, unfortunately. Alright, everybody should have immunities now set up. I'm gonna use red shoes on you, so you can use the Mirage Vest for dancing. Actually, in this case, you don't need the Genji shield. You have the Mirage Vest anyways. Yeah, let's give you extra attack power instead. So you guaranteed max hit anyways. Red shoes is good. A ribbon for you. Your abilities are set up appropriately. Gonna give you red shoes as well. Oh, we don't have more red shoes. Oh, that's a little bit awkward. Rainbow dress for you then. Rune axe dancing. You get the Genji armor. Actually, you know what? Probably should give it to you. Maybe. Anyways, you get the Ragnarok blade. I thought I had two sets of red shoes, but I suppose I must have sold one of them. I could have also equipped the Angel's ring earlier. Trying to think if there's any reason to do anything else. Not really. Alright, I'm just gonna have one character. In the front row, 44 high potions, probably enough. Especially with the amount of damage we're dishing out with our characters. And everybody can equip a shield except for Butts, but Butts has a Mirage Vest. Alright, let's go. I'm not gonna keep track of damage on this boss here with a calculator because I think We can get unlucky and just wipe. I'm just hoping that doesn't happen. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of lucky, let's start with you having actually the Wonder Wand equipped, so I don't need to search my menu for it. Alrighty, let's go. Welcome to XDev. The tree form has 49,000 HP, so honestly quite a lot to punch through. We're gonna haste our dancer immediately, and we're going to use the Wonder Wand on Kara for that shell that we can get out of here. Also, next we would have Esuna, which removes any negative status effect on the Wonder Wand, so that would be an option. And here, we just start attacking. This guy has a good chunk of physical defense, so the Dancing Dagger would not have dealt max damage if we didn't have that. And there's the Mirage Vest already coming in handy. We unequip the Wonder Wand, we unequip the Genji Shield. And equip the Rune Axe for you to dance with. I guess she's left-handed now. That's okay, it doesn't matter in this game. Bonk. So Kara and Lena are just going to be consistently high damage, and 50% of the time T and Ferris are going to be extremely high damage. We should be in phase 2 now, so somebody's probably gonna get nuked for all their HP, but I think aside from Kara, nobody's gonna survive. Oh wait, we skipped phase 2. Okay, we're in phase 3 already. He casts Meteor with a 1 in 3 chance once he drops below 10,000 HP remaining. I didn't realize we were that far in already. Okay. Let's get people back up. He still has the 1 in 3 chance to do this right now. And I will guess we are just barely below 10,000 HP. So that's pretty inconvenient. We're gonna prioritize Kara as our character to heal people, because she is arguably dealing the least damage, so I'm gonna give her a Guardian Dagger. And then she's gonna start throwing elixirs. I'm surprised Ferris didn't go down. You dance. And you dance. Right. Phase 2. That was fast. Alrighty, so in phase 2, there's 4 different parts. The top right is 50,000 HP physical part, bottom right 55,000 HP Almagest. Bottom or top left center is Grand Cross 55,000 HP, and the far left is 60,000 HP with the magic part. The magic part, notoriously, is not immune against instant death from the magic lamp's 3rd charge, Odin, because it is not flagged as heavy in the queue. So we will be using that one. What is void? XDev, you cannot be asking that at this point. I mean, you could. So our objective is to nuke the Almagest part as quick as we can. Anything else will have second priority. Except for the part where we also want to... Oh, you know what, I could have used... Or, yeah, I could have casted Protect with our Defender Sword in hindsight. That would have given us half physical damage received. A little bit late now. If I die here, we're gonna probably do that in phase 1. Anyways, we need to start using the magic lamp, because right now none of the charges are used up. Arguably should have done that beforehand. Normally the extra damage on all the parts is kinda nice, but we don't really have any good magic casters, so to speak. So... where's the magic lamp? Let's move it up. So it's not really that big of a reason to do that. Anyways, we need to use the magic lamp 3 times. And the third charge is going to kill the far left part, the magic casting part, and it's gone. Excellent. And then Ferris is going to, instead of dancing immediately, try to hit one time on this guy. She missed. For inflicting blind status. Normally blind status on the physical part is really difficult to land due to the nature of it, let's put it this way. But we can relatively easily do that for the most part. You know what, actually? Lena, grab the defender sword. Where is it? Defender sword. And keep using the magic lamp for now. As I did say that I want to nuke the part as quick as possible, but I'm actually gonna just continue using the magic lamp for a few more rounds until we get Golem. Golem will give us a massive shield against physical damage, which is going to be very nice. I think it's 2 more uses. Yeah. By the way, this has a very, very tiny chance to kill the Grand Cross part here, but this is a dummy part, it's just targeted, it does nothing. This is literally just the boss sprite, I think. Oh, Ferris actually survived the physical hit. I'm impressed. But if the physical part uses a vacuum wave, then she doesn't survive. Alright, magic lamp. Earth wall, there we go. Now we have an absolutely enormous physical shield. And the big boss is also shaking, so that means his next turn on the Almegus part in the bottom right is going to be one that will wipe out T. We have to revive him. But everybody else should have enough HP to survive. Just barely. Right, Ferris. He briefly stopped shaking because he wasn't sure, I guess. Alright. We dealt damage to the physical part. Now we hope that it is blinded. It's not guaranteed. It's just a high chance. And you start dishing out as much damage as you can to this part. We need to try and whack it out as quick as we can. Actually, where's the Aegis shield? Does Kara have the Aegis shield equipped? She might. Aegis shield. I don't see the Aegis shield. Anyways. Oh, right, I can't even use the Defender sword right now because we have Reflect. I was gonna give defense to everybody, but it's not a good idea right now. So instead we just deal damage. If I find my weapons. Excalibur? No, wrong one. Ragnarok, there we go. Hit him. Hit damage. And yeah, you have the Aegis shield. You can actually keep it. You don't deal that much damage. Actually, just throw money at the problem. Almagest. Oh, wow. Apparently that was way more damage than I anticipated this would be. Jeez. Okay, even more of a reason to nuke that part as quick as we can. It's fine. We have Shell on Kara. She'll be able to save everybody. No problem. You just dance. Grand Cross is also about to strike. Grand Cross inflicts one of 18 different status effects upon us. It could be instant death, it could be low HP, it could be zombie, it could be petrification. We just hope it doesn't wipe out the party. Alright, we have the Doom counter on one character and the zombie Kara. You know, on the bright side it didn't kill Kara, because she still has Shell thanks to this, so it's not great, but you know, I guess it's playable. Anyways, I think the physical part is not blinded, so I'm going to try and hit him again with the darkness spell. Because we got hit a few times. I'm pretty sure we're about running out of... things. You know what, let's knock out the Almega's part before I do anything else. I think that should have priority. Fairies, dance please. The other dance. Suppose this is also a dance. I didn't specify, did I? Then we're going to use Masamune here. But why do you have such a large number over your head? Normally Doom counter starts at 30. And then is halved when you get hasted. Why did this start more than 30? I'm actually kind of confused about that, not gonna lie. Anyways, we're gonna grab the Defender Sword on you. And the Genji shield. And then you start healing everybody. I guess Kara's a priority. How did you cast Shell and Trial? We have a Wonder Wand that casts every single white magic spell in sequence, and we set it up so it would cast Shell. Okay, I think we got landed one dance on that part so far. Good luck, Lena. Nicely done. Okay, 2 swords dances landed. We need 5. And a little bit in order to knock it out. There's not really much of a reason to heal anybody else, is there? I guess we're just going to hunker down with Kara. And protect. Is there anything else you can do? Not really. I'm gonna move her into the back row for now until we have the big annoyance dealt with. We're also gonna give you protect. Come on, dance the correct dance. But nice, that is number 3. We need 2 more. And some change. Alright, 1 more. Come on guys, knock it out before it becomes a problem, please. Guild Toss. Should hopefully knock out the rest of the HP of it, if it had any remaining. Actually, even Lena might be able to knock it out, because we did Guild Toss and we did use the Magic Lamp a bunch, so it should be slightly weaker than that. So let's see. That's the Ragnarok Blade. There it is. Oh, yeah. Lena just knocked it out. Perfect. Now we don't have to worry about that thing anymore. At which point we can now start healing up everybody. And giving everybody protect. And you can start dishing out damage to these other parts, I think. So start with the left one. Then we just equally dance on both parts, I suppose. We'll need you to heal up later, let's just wait. Let's give you the Genji shield back, as well as the Defender sword. With the Defender sword we can cast Protect, halving all physical damage received, which is relevant on characters that can actually survive physical attacks, such as Fairies here. And once we heal Lena, she's also gonna be one of those characters that can survive the physical attacks. And you can continue dancing, you're gonna take a nap soon anyways. 1 dance on the Grand Cross part. This spell, oh, good thing that didn't land earlier. The physical part has like a 1 in 3 chance to cast this spell every few turns or so. And that's just mean. Well, good thing that it did not happen earlier. So we're fine. Just keep protecting. Protect. Actually, you should have protected yourself first. And then Ferris, we're gonna have you try to blind the physical part again. Because I think it's not blinded yet. Okay. Alright, 1 soul stance each. The back part does have like 10,000 HP more. Oh, well that's fine. No longer has any haste, I guess. And you could move back to the front row. I guess that's fine. Defender on you. Very nice. We're setting up for the endgame here. because I'm not counting damage, so it's just gonna be a bit of a crapshoot whether you knock out one part or the other. Alright, hopefully that thing is blinded now. And then for you unequip your shield, equip your Masamune. Actually, then you just wait. Nice. Okay, he's blinded now with the front, that's good. Revive him. Then next up, protect on you. He doesn't survive a vacuum wave anyways, I think, but he would survive a regular physical attack beyond that. And darkness will work it. And the Raving Loon, thank you so much for the raid and welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the end of the game, which we hopefully will be able to survive. We'll see though. Here at the library on your meteor run, you have White Mage, Samurai, Dancer. So stuck with White Mage until Earth Crystal? Yeah. Let me tell you. Thief and or White Mage Biblos exclusively. It's one of the biggest challenges you could possibly run into in a full Job Fiesta. Like genuinely, it is probably more difficult than Quad Berserker past Sandworm. If you're up for the challenge, good luck to you. If not, well, I've done that at least twice in my full Job Fiesta career, and I think I would job fair at this point. Good luck to you, Zokusha. Alright, let's move on. Where was I? I think I was gonna do something with Ferris and then forgot what. Alright, I remember. I wanted to equip the harp to deal extra damage against dragons, because this part is considered a dragon. And we need about 5,000 extra damage on that part, relatively speaking to the other parts. So I'm just gonna use that. So, and then we just start or continue dancing on both parts, I guess. And then hope for the best that we knock them out more or less at the same time, because if you leave one part alive at the very end, you might not have a good time, because they usually just go berserk, insta-casting Almagest and everything. Which, now that I think about it, it's actually a huge problem, isn't it? Because Almagest will wipe my party without Shell. Also, Gara, I actually need to haste T here. And I probably should also heal him. He tried running Biblos out of MP last night at level 18 with 22 elixirs, spent an hour and a half before the elixirs ran out. Yeah, I think it takes like 3 hours to run him out of MP. I don't remember how long it took me. But I wish you good luck. And I think you do need a few more elixirs than that. Like 30 to 40 is probably a good number. At least you have a good way to farm them, well, good-ish way to farm them in the ship graveyard. With multi-targeting cure on them. Right, I actually did not pay attention which part has less HP than the others. So I think what I should do is I should just wait until one of the parts move and then attack immediately after. Okay, that thing didn't die yet, so that's good. What stuff do you have equipped? You know what, I'm gonna keep one character, probably Kara, with defensive equipment stuff. I'm actually not sure it's a good idea to attack with Lena anyways. Okay, it didn't die yet. A lot of the physics are broken. Chances are decent it's below 15,000 HP remaining at this point. And with the dances we've landed, I will guess actually one more sword stance is gonna knock out the Grand Cross part. It just got a turn, so I'm gonna dance on the front. Come on. Sword stance. That thing is dead. And that should do it, hopefully. Nope. Throw the money at the problem. Okay. Samurai throwing money at the problem turns out to be a valid strategy. That way we wouldn't miss, because all of the parts have some evasion. You have 36 elixirs now. I wish you good luck, I hope they are enough. But it also seems like you already know what you're getting into, so best of luck. It is quite a challenge to defeat Biblos with 4 white mages. Much easier than Neo X-Def, I will say. GG, thank you for the GGs, everybody. And we have completed our run. Let me go and submit this onto the Job Fiesta website for a first run completed. And then, I'd like to hear your opinion, everybody. I think we're gonna start another run today. We're probably not gonna get too far, but we can just get this started. What type of run should I do next for the Fiesta? What would you like to see? So we have a picture, copy image link for Omega, copy image link for X-Def, and wait, I didn't do that right. This is Omega, the other one is Shinryu. And submit all victory pictures. Complete the run. Nice. Alrighty, so for reference, we have the option between a variety of different job sets that we could play. We can... Settings? That's fine. Load. Job fair? No, not job fair. Nope. Run types. There we go. We have a regular run, which is literally just the wind job comes from the wind crystal, water job comes from water crystal, fire from fire, and earth from earth. Admittedly, I haven't done a regular run in probably a long time, so could be interesting. Then we have a typhoon run option. Typhoon would be job 1 comes from wind crystal, job 2 will come from wind or water, job 3 will come from wind, water or fire, and job 3 comes from wind, water, fire or earth crystal. It's kind of the equivalent of what was random called last previously, where any of the unlocked crystals you'd have a chance to get a job from, so it kind of leans more towards the early game jobs. Geyser run is kind of a different leaning, because it leans towards water and earth jobs. Sirocco leans towards wind and fire. Onsen leans towards water and fire. Haboob run leans towards wind and earth. Volcano run leans towards later available jobs, it says. And Meteor is what we just did. Then there's also additional like restrictions or stuff we could place on ourselves, like all jobs, Team 750, which is mostly mage classes, Team 7 no 750, which is mostly melee classes, which is kind of what we just had now. Team 375, which will get you 2 characters from the mage set class and 2 characters from the melee set class. Classic jobs, which specifically only distributes class between knight, thief, monk, red mage, white mage, and black mage. And that's it. And also onion jobs. This job set, this includes jobs that were in Final Fantasy 3. Job 1 is black mage, knight, or thief. Job 2 is monk, red mage, or white mage. Job 3 is bard, geomancer, or summoner. And job 4 is dragoon, ninja, or ranger. So, any strong opinions or any just kind of general inkling as to what you'd like to see? Maybe you just think one of the words is funny, which is a perfectly valid suggestion too. How about one of the new ones, Haboob and whatever the other ones were? That's very fair. We could do that. I think Onsen was one new one. Volcano and Sirocco, I believe, were already part of it yesterday. Yesteryear, last year. You didn't know Geomancer was in Final Fantasy 3? I also didn't know that, because I still need to play that game someday. try the GBA version, get those advanced jobs in there. We can do that too, actually. So, you know what? We can also set up some... Oh, I actually am not gonna make a... So I was gonna make a straw poll for which version I should play. I think we're just gonna play Game Boy Advance. I'm not set up for playing the PlayStation version, because I need to figure out where my external drive is so I can actually use my disc for that on a PlayStation emulator. I suppose I could try and set up my PlayStation 2? Anyways, I need to set up stuff for that. But let's just have a straw poll for what you would like to see. What run should we do next? Regular, Typhoon, Geyser, leans towards water, and oh, I don't have that many characters. Water, earth, Sirocco is wind, fire, onsen is water, fire. Oh, and apparently I don't even get that many. I don't even get that many options for people to vote on. It's only 5 as the maximum. How annoying. Well, in this case we replace the ones that were available before. So we're gonna replace regular with Haboob. What is Haboob? It's a weird word. Hand it up. Anyways. And Volcano is later jobs. Haboob is a kind of a dust storm. I see, so that's why it is wind and earth then? Interesting. Alright everybody, you have time to vote. The ending edit credits for this game are reasonably long, and I think I'm gonna grab another coffee. So, feel free to vote for what you'd like to see. As a reminder, the jobs you can vote for are not specifically from the crystals that I have outlined in brackets. It just leans more towards these jobs because there's more opportunities for these jobs to get rolled. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a quick break. Enjoy the ending. Be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Last call for voting. If you'd like to vote, you don't have to write anything in chat, it's just the vote is at the top of the chat thing right now. If you'd like to dedicate or dictate which type of run we're gonna be playing next. Once again, as a reminder, the jobs or the elements described in the description are more like leanings rather than these are strictly the only ones you can receive things from. So yeah, thank you for voting everybody, I do appreciate it. So we have opinions on what you would like to see. Oh, and apparently it's just over. I thought we had like a minute more. Anyways, Onsen is going to win, a leaning towards water and fire jobs. Definitely a lot of them have a lot of power in them, to say the least. Well, let's see what we're gonna get. Thank you for voting, I really appreciate it. So just let us see. We're gonna do an onsen run. I'm just gonna say all jobs. And let's make 5th job for once, why not? I'm not gonna allow duplicates because that's kind of boring in my personal opinion. And I guess we could allow extra jobs. Upon collecting all talents, you will unlock one of the extra advanced jobs, except Necromancer. You may still use 4. You may still only use 4 jobs. Okay, so extra job actually replaces one other job. It's kind of like 5th job, but 4 tablets. That's fine. We're just gonna go with 5th job this time. Righty, let's start our onsen run, shall we? Oh dear. Despite the onsen leaning towards water and fire crystal, we got a wind crystal job. Guess which one it is. Well, we have a guess for white mage, blue mage, monk, thief. Necromancer. I guess that would be a wind crystal job, right? It just makes sense. No, actually none of these, funnily enough. And black mage. I think people guessed literally everything that can be wind crystal aside from the one we got. None of you are right. It's a knight again, and as I mentioned before, I kind of generally like doing a Brave Blade run per year. So I guess we found our Brave Blade run. Although I have to admit, I'm kind of tempted to just boot up the Pixel remaster for this instead of doing on the GBA version. Black Mage is solid early game, just Siren might be, I mean, you just wait until she is undead and then use to throw fire at her. It's fine. Just a bit awkward that you can't really deal any meaningful damage beforehand. Your current run is Meteor. You have 2 Zerkers, a Thief and a White Mage. You just got to World 2 already. Okay. I guess the Zerkers are your heavy hitters, but Thief and White Mage are fantastic supports, so... Well... I guess you have to rely on them. That's a little bit awkward, but at the same time, in my opinion, that can be a fun challenge. Good luck to you. Any cons to doing this on that Pixel remaster? It's mostly because I already had pre-selected the Game Boy Advance version in my mind. There's not really any downside. Well, the downside is that right now I'm pretty sure I don't have the ATB mod installed, which I like to have. And again, we could also just go for fast battle speed and get murdered by random encounters instead. That's an option. You had to overlevel before the sandworm fight, so you're like level 38 in World 2 already? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, you didn't have the Thief or White Mage before Sandworm then. Because probably Solo Thief would have probably been able to just knock out Sandworm much more easily than trying to keep the Berserker and everything else alive. But still, yeah, that's the fate of runs like that, I guess. You had Thief and Zergers by then, no White Mage. White Mage was your Urfa Crystal job, I see. You know, at least you got them eventually. Alrighty, moment of truth. I'm gonna open up this hawk here. Is it gonna pop up on stream? I think it shouldn't. It didn't. And we have reached the end of a run. It's always comfy to just sit here and listen to the credits. Maybe watch them sometime even. Alright. For those that may or may not be watching the VOD, if I ever upload this to YouTube, have a nice day, and everybody else, we're gonna go into the next run.